Hey guys, we are back again today. We are mixing it up a little bit. So we are going to be doing a PTCGO video. I recently made a new Goodra Arceus deck, so we're going to be testing that out and see how well it does on the ladder. So let's jump into it and see how it goes. Okay, let's see the art goo. I name all my decks kind of weird, crazy things, so please excuse that. All right, let's see what we got here. Now I have played a couple test rounds with this deck just to see how it does, and I have kind of run into a couple of concerns. I just feel like there's too many supporters in this deck. I did go based off of like a deck list online, so I am slightly concerned about that. Okay, so to start off, let's quick ball. I feel like I should keep this just because I don't have any ordinary rods, so it's hard to bring back Pokemon. I guess let me toss an energy. It's probably the best thing to do right now. Let me see. Okay. So one of those. Okay, so we are kind of just missing a couple energies in the price cards. And then a Hisuian Goodra. And then I think like a quick ball or an ultra ball or something in the price cards. So nothing too bad in the price cards, honestly. Okay, so we're just gonna attach for turn and pass. That's pretty much all we can do since we can't attack. So I'm just hoping that we don't see a turn one knockout with that melodious echo. So, but with the cram, I'm assuming they're gonna go for battle VIP. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, get some more Genesect, probably another Genesect, another Mew. Yeah. Okay, Tracking Shoes. I mean, it's definitely exactly what you would expect to see from a Mew deck. First turn. I was playing a version of this deck for a while. I still have it. And then I switched to the Oricorio version of the Mew. And then I kind of wanted to switch it up. I got a little bit bored with the Mew, and I felt like with the Drapion coming in when Lost Origins came out. Okay, now I'm getting a little concerned that we're going to be seeing a turn one knockout. But yeah, with the Drapion, I just felt like Mew wasn't as strong as it was, but I feel like people stopped taking Mew as like as serious of a threat. Like there weren't that many Mew decks out there, so I feel like I don't see as many Drapions in decks anymore. And I feel like with the set rotation, the standard set rotation, that things might start changing with the way people build decks, or well, it's definitely going to change some decks. Like Scoop Up Net is no longer going to be an option, so some of those Lost Box decks won't be as practical as they are right now. You won't be able to do as many flower selectings and all of that in the first turn, but I don't feel like Mew's losing a lot with this rotation, so I feel like we're going to see it start coming back again for sure. Okay, so we're gonna switch. I think I am gonna use the energy retrieval already, just so I have a energy for turn attachment, and that way I can just use the Trinity Nova, attach energy and do some damage. Let me use Evolution Instance, get the Hisuian Goodra out, so that way I have pretty much my setup. Because once I get one Hisuian Goodra and one Arceus V-Star out, I don't bench any other Pokemon other than maybe the Radiant Gardevoir if I do pick it up, or if I do draw it. So we're just gonna do mostly water energies. That's another thing about this deck. Since it is two types of energies, it can kind of get in a weird position when some of your energies are prized. But overall, when you only have really one attacker out, two at most, it really doesn't seem to be too much of an issue. I was concerned about the energy count in this deck, but I don't think it's really much of an issue because I don't typically need to power up more than one Goodra. So we're gonna see how it goes this turn. Part of me feels like next turn I should maybe just retreat the Arceus and send out that Goodra to do as much damage reduction as possible. Let's see. So they already went through one power tablet. I know they're just gonna... Oh, they're gonna bring out the Meloetta. Okay, well the Meloetta still doesn't take a knock, I don't think. And I believe their energy attachment was to the Genesect, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm assuming that was just to get cards out of the hand. But I'm assuming they're coming with the Meloetta, so if they do that, the best thing still might be to send up the Goodra, just for that damage reduction. And then with knocking out the Meloetta, and putting 2 Fusion Strike energies in the discard pile, I definitely don't think they will take a 1-hit knockout on the Goodra. And then that way I can kind of, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I am gonna be doing, well, it would be the same amount of damage if I didn't have the double turbo. So let's add this onto here. And I think this is kind of just gonna be the play. Okay, I'm hoping I don't regret that, but if I do, I mean my Arceus, I do have the double turbo, so I can power up the Arceus. And kind of, as much as I don't want to, I could use Arceus V-Star power to go find some more cards. Okay, but with the damage reduction here, oh, okay, Boss's Order. That's a good play for sure. But I feel like even with that, I'm still in a good spot. Now I just have to KO a Mew VMAX, and that's pretty much game. So. And I feel good about the energy that I have in my hand also. And then I do have the Hyper Potion. So I feel overall, I feel good about this. I don't feel too bad. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna do this. Now my only concern is this VMAX coming up, because it's gonna have to. We're gonna have to find another energy, but I'm thinking one might be prize, but they did just take 2 prize cards. So now I still think with the damage reduction, I should be good, because they would essentially have to do 270 plus the extra 80, which would be 350. So I feel like I'm in a good spot here. And then next turn, if they do hit for like a crazy amount right now, like I said, it shouldn't be enough to KO me, and I can use my, what is it? My V-Star ability. I always forget what it's called. Oh, the Moisture Star. Yeah, so I can use that to get this Goodra back down to, oh, okay, there we go. I guess they were looking for another energy maybe, and just couldn't find it. Or maybe even another switch card. So I have been liking this deck overall so far, but I also feel like it gets a little clunky sometimes. So I just want to keep kind of playing it through the ladder and kind of see where I think I can make some changes. A big thing is that I don't have any big charms or big parasols, so those are just like item or tool cards that I couldn't really put into this deck, that when I know this deck usually plays those cards for extra HP or to prevent other effects, especially against the Reggie Eyes. I feel like, yes, I want to go first. Okay. See, had I drawn a Pokemon, this would have been a great, like, starting hand, because I could have probably gotten it down and then Professor Researched next turn. Okay, but I do always like starting off with the Arceus and the Goodra to start off with. I mean, it's always the ideal situation. So since I am going first, it's just going to be essentially energy for attachment for a turn, and that's going to be it. I don't want to Ultra Ball yet because I'd like to Colress and see what I draw off the Colress before I start throwing cards into my discard. So the good thing with the Lugia deck is it is almost, well, it is pretty much impossible with the Lugia deck to get a turn 1 KO, just because you do need those Archeops in discard and you need to evolve, and you can't evolve your Lugia V turn 1. So I feel good about where I am right now. Lugia decks, I always kind of, they're very hit or miss. Against some decks, it's like, oh, no problem at all. Against other decks, it's like, I really struggle with Lugia decks. I don't know, but it's also like, I feel like sometimes whoever's playing the Lugia deck, and also just a luck of the draw with Lugia decks, because they do get clunky also. You need those Arceus in discard as soon as possible. Like, it just gets a little crazy. Okay, so Colress. Definitely need that. I think this is what I'm gonna go with. Yeah. And I think I actually want to Ultra Ball. I also need to check my energy count. Okay. I do want to get a V-Star, is what I'm thinking. As long as my energy count is there. Okay. So I should probably attach water to the Arceus from hand. Okay, let's do that. And that's what I was saying. I sometimes get worried about the energy count, but you really just need to have one Goodra and keep it alive for as long as possible, and you should be good. So then we're gonna do water. We're gonna do Trinity Nova to get a knockout and get some energy attached. But I do like Choice Belt on the Goodra rather than having like the Big Charm or the Big Parasol, just because I feel like 200 is right there on the cusp. Like, it can't come in and knock out this Lugia. But with the Choice Belt, it can. So I feel like the Choice Belt actually, I feel like it's a little more beneficial in a lot of matchups right now compared to a Big Charm or a Big Parasol even. Because with the Big Parasol, I feel like it's mainly there for the Reggie decks and the Reggie Ice. Other than that, I don't feel like it being too impactful. So, all right, we'll see. So this Lugia essentially would have to attach 4 powerful energies to get a knock on the Arceus, which is looking like what they're gonna do. But if that's the case, okay, they don't, they V-Guard. Oh, okay. Oh no. Okay, that's upsetting. Okay. I feel like I should Marnie, but I'm just hoping for another Hisuian Goodra or something that can fish it out, which is nothing. Okay. Do I want the boss? No, I think I need a double turbo. I'm wondering if I can't Star Birth. No. Okay. We're just gonna have to Trinity Nova. Yeah, so, okay, well, since they do 280, yeah, this is it. Okay, so that's how this deck does against the Lugia deck, which is a little disappointing, but I guess you also need to understand your matchups, and I feel like with that Lugia deck, I probably should have prioritized getting another Goodra, which in most matchups, I don't feel like I need to prioritize, because they don't typically get that one-hit knock in that, like, second, third turn. Okay, well, you're starting with the Hisuian Goodra, so not my favorite start, but we can make it work. There are ways around it. And I'm wondering, with the Psychic and Metal, what they have on the other end. Oh, okay. Mew and Genesect. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I'm surprised. Well, I guess maybe they don't play Meloetta, even if they play the Fusion Strike energies. Because I did try that also, just keeping the Fusion Strike energies in there without the Meloetta, and just switching that out with the Oricorio and keeping the Alessa Sparkle. Just because with me, you could at least do, if you went second, you could do some damage on the first turn with Psychic Leap. So, yeah, they probably don't play Meloetta. I mean, they might, and just like if the Oricorio gets knocked, then they put in Meloetta. But I feel like if you're gonna play Meloetta, it's a good opener, and then you just kind of finish everything off with Mew. So, let's see what they end up doing. I mean, they have their setup, but I don't know, I don't feel like I feel like I should just boss a Genesect and try to keep them, like, try to stall them out. Okay, we're gonna do that and kind of just see what happens. We're gonna pass our turn. I'm just hoping that their hand was really not a lot that they could use right now, because that does happen with Mew. You don't get a lot of resources that you need right now, but you need in late game. So, we'll see. Alright, so we got the VMAX. Now we just need to see, they already did turn for attachment, so we would need to see like a switch out, like a switch car, escape rope, something like that. Okay. Training court is kind of interesting. Playing. Okay, so that tells me that they probably don't have a switch out, but now they probably will. Okay, air balloon. There we go. Yep, 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 okay. And that does for 220, like 40 or something like that. I am thinking that this deck might benefit from a couple battle VIPs, maybe some crams. I feel like it definitely needs more of that, but we're gonna keep going for a little bit and see if there's anything else that I notice. I just want to see kind of what supporters I don't need as many of. I'm thinking that I probably don't need as many Coloruses as are in this deck list, especially since it's not a Lost Box deck. I don't think it needs 4 Coloruses, and right now I have 4. And I don't think I need 3 Melanies, I can probably do with 2. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go first. And I'm also trying to figure out if going first is the right move, but I'm starting to feel like it's not. Like, I feel like I do need that support of the first turn. I feel like I do need that Arceus the first turn. And I probably shouldn't. Well, yeah, I guess I could. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna attach that there. Because I should attach an energy to the Arceus on the first turn, for sure. That way, if I can kind of evolve it, get the double turbo on, I can Trinity Nova, do some damage, and power up my Goodra. Now the next question is, do we go Colress, or do we do Professor's Research? Well, yeah, I guess I can evolve the Goodra and then Professor Research. I know I'm throwing away 3 trainers, but I feel like I need still a lot of cards to make this work. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I feel like I'll do this, and then I'll just Trinity Charge rather than Trinity Nova. Since I have more water, we'll do 2 water over here. Okay. Alright, so not exactly what I wanted, but I still have my Goodra powered up, which is essentially the main focus with the Arceus. Okay, so I'm wondering if this is just an Arceus deck or if this is an Arceus Palkia deck. Alright, and they're going in with Starbirth, so I'm curious to see what they're grabbing. I'm assuming a double turbo and a switch out. That seems like what they would need, but it also does depend on what they have in their hand. Yeah, so I was playing with my Mew deck the other day actually, and I don't know, I just wasn't having a good time with it for some reason. When I first built it, I loved that deck, and I still do love that deck, and I don't know, I like to have variety. Like when I play in person, I have just a crazy amount of decks. I think I'm like up to 10 decks, but they're all expanded. None of them are standard except for the Mew deck that I built. So, okay, we got Path to Peak in play. So yeah, so I just like to have variety and mix it up, so that's why I wanted to build the Hisuian Goodra. I'm probably gonna build the Hisuian Zoroark deck soon, I have the character box in there that... I have the character box there on the shelf. That really didn't give me anything that I needed. Okay, we're gonna Ultra Ball. I'm gonna throw the Path and the Goodra. Yeah, because I do like the Hisuian's Rourke deck. I thought I would see it a little bit more like competitively. I do watch all the like Pokemon live streams of all the regional events. But I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen more, like any of it actually on stream. So I don't know if it's being played or not, like competitively, but I actually find it like to be a really interesting deck. So I want to kind of build that and see how that goes. Okay, so we're just gonna, let me see what I have in my discard. No energies, okay. Let me see if I have an energy retrieval. Yeah, I have the energy retrieval, so I'll be able to pull energies back, training quartz in here if I need it, and then do double colorless with hyper potions. Okay, so I feel like we have all the resources that we need. So we're just gonna stack everything onto this Goodra. Yeah, so it's looking like they just have an Arceus deck. It's not an Arceus Palkia deck. So I don't think we'll have really too many surprises going forward. And I feel like they had a turn, well, no, they've had a turn, energy attachment every turn, but going second, I think for them, was really hindering, especially when they couldn't get all the, oh no, they did skip an energy attachment per turn, but they did Melanie. I think that's what it was. It was something like that. But yeah, I'm curious as to why, I mean, I guess the same reason why I haven't played a double turbo. There it goes. I felt like at that, well, that's probably the only energy they had in hand. Because I feel like at that point, you might as well just put the energy on and not the double turbo and not take damage reduction. Okay. So, I could retreat the Arceus. Well, I guess let me Colress and see what I get, because if I get a Switch or double turbo, well, I'm definitely grabbing that. Grab the Melanie, grab the double turbo. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna double turbo. We're gonna retreat. That was our turn for attachment. We're gonna throw this down. I don't know if I should play my Crystal Cave, because I feel like every time I play my Crystal Cave before there's damage on my Goodra, it just gets bumped right away and I don't use it. But I'm also kind of worried about a Marnie. But I feel like either way should be good. So we'll just go in with that and kind of prevent them from taking prize cards from our Arceus. Okay, so they're pretty much going to be doing 100 damage. We'll heal 30, so we'll be down to 70. So yeah, it would take him definitely 3 turns to knock us out. Plus we have the Hyper Potion. Plus we'll be able to Melanie. I don't know if I have a Water Energy in here though. No, I don't. But yeah, if I Hyper Potion and get rid of a Water Energy, I'll be able to Melanie and throw one back on there, so. Yeah, I think it's a little strange that they're playing so much water in just an Arceus deck. I understand playing some water in the Melanie and everything, but it's just a little strange to play that many water and not have any like water attackers for sure. Okay, so I'm assuming we're skipping the Inteleon. Ooh, boss's order. Okay. All right, well, okay, well now we have a Melanie also. So I don't think I'm going to put any more Pokemon in play. I don't think I should need to. So Melanie. And I guess we'll do this as well. So pretty much majority of my energy is already played. I think actually all of it is played. Okay. Well, yeah, let me play one Crystal Cave in case I get Marnied. And if it gets bumped and I don't get Marnied, I have another one in hand to play. So, okay. Here we go. And this should be a 2-hit knockout. 280 plus another 30, 310. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so like I was saying earlier, I want to create that Hisuian Goodra, but I still have the character box that I still need to open. And so once I do that, I mean, I have a couple of Hisuian Goodras, I just don't know if I have 4, which is what I think the deck plays. I think I only have like 1 of the basics. I think I have a lot of the V-Stars, but once I get that open and those code cards scanned in and everything, I'll probably build that deck. And I also do want to play the Giratina, however you pronounce it, deck also. I know it's not great like competitively, but I just like to have a diverse amount of good decks that I can play. And I do have a couple, but I don't know. I just don't feel like they're as competitive. Like, not in standard at least. Like in expanded, I have the Shadow Rider, and that deck is great in expanded for some reason, but not so great in standard. I feel like it just takes too long. So let's do this. 120. Oh, because the path was in play. Okay. 90. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna take a knock on this anyway. So I feel like I should just go into it just like that. Now, let me just Hyper Potion. Okay, and then we'll do this. Do 1 of each. So I probably didn't, but I did want my Radiant Gardevoir to do the damage reduction. What does a Dunsparce do? Because that's what they're going to throw out. Okay, that doesn't really matter if we Avery or not. And I'll save the cards in my deck. Okay, so there's another Melanie also for more energy attachment. If they don't have the V-Star, oh, they do, okay. So unless they have another path, then I think we should be good on this game, honestly. Part of me feels like maybe I should just throw down. I don't want to throw down the Arceus and make it an easy target. Okay, I could just Hyper Potion again. Which, you know what, yeah, let me do this. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, the game was pretty much done for that. Yeah, so overall, I am really liking this deck. I mean, it could be better for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on it a little bit and kind of see what changes I can make. But yeah, let me hear, I want to hear what you guys think. Give me some feedback. What would you change about this deck? What cards would you incorporate? Would you take out? Like I said, I definitely think I don't need as many Chorus's experiments. I probably could do without 1 Melody. I don't feel like I need that many Quick Balls or Ultra Balls, so I could swap those for, you know, like Battle VIP to make sure I get my Pokemon set up. But I feel like I don't need a lot of Pokemon in play, and this deck works better without as many Pokemon sitting on the bench as easy targets. So I don't know if I even want to do Battle VIP, but I feel like some Chromatics would be good, maybe some Trekking Shoes. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I hope to hear from you guys about it, because I could really use some help on this, and I will see you guys next time, probably with some more PTCGO or some more unboxing, because I still do have a bunch of product to get through. Thanks guys, come back again.